What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe retro card, G.I. Joe Trooper. This is a pretty awesome one. I was pretty excited when I saw that they were going to be making these guys those green shirts. I mean, we've gotten different figures that we can use as army builders or our army builders, like our steel brigade or steel corps. But we've gotten Grunt that everybody went crazy with, make army building him. But it was a little odd still because it still has his name on his vest. But we were still able to do that. But to have like a true builder like this, um, it's something classic. I absolutely love it. Um, and they're such a key. They were always around. They're everywhere, like in the show, doing all kinds of different jobs, and it's just one of those things that they're there, and it's really awesome to get figures of them. And we get the different. You can see it here in the packaging. You've got the Joe symbol. You've got the picture here, and then we got the bubble. And this is actually a pretty cool way to look at the weapons. So um, even without taking it out, so we've got that classic rifle, and you can see the at least my finger's not getting in the way or nothing, but you can see the little laser rifle there. We've got our submachine gun. You've got the gray with the darker gray. Then you've got the pistol and the knife. So the knife looks pretty good. We've got the pistol. Now that helmet we see with like Duke. Got the other head sculpt. We've got the dark hands, the light hands, fists, trigger fingers. And then we got a stand on the side. So we'll get a closer look at them. So getting the Joe Trooper outside of the packaging, he looks awesome. Looks really cool. And I can't wait to build, army build some of these guys and see how many variants I can try to come up with. But yeah, initial reactions, pretty awesome. Take a quick look at those weapons and things again. So we did get that little helmet, again, that we've seen before. We've got that laser rifle. Little curve there, but still kind of sturdy. So it's just warped from the packaging, but it's actually pretty tough. I like the colors on there. You got the submachine gun. The mag does drop out, but looks really good. Little hole on the end for accessories. You got the pistol. Nice design. Those same colors, the different shades. Got that knife again. Little gray handle. Nice silver on the blade. I like that. That alternate head sculpt. Just a generic thing, which I think looks pretty good. You've got the two trigger finger hands to match. You get two fists. Then you get the other fist, the darker skin. And he has the trigger fingers on him. And then you also get that stand. And that is it for accessories. Now for our trooper, he looks really cool. I like the sculpts on him, both sculpts. Got the nice little harness here, the gray, the gold, like the way they break it up. Got a couple different shades on them, which is nice. The buckles, the gold on the belt. We've seen these shoulders before, the arms. And I'm pretty sure that little chest piece also. I'm pretty sure the whole thing actually. But they always do like a really good job of mix and matching parts. Got the knife in there and the pistol in there, the boots. The colorway on him is just really nice. I really like it. Some black here on that harness. Got all that texturing, everything like that. It looks really, really good. Pretty cool. And then I have another one set up the other way. So you can see those head sculpts, the hands, same setup. Throw a couple helmets on them. Not quite sure where I'm going to put them yet, but I do intend to like really kind of build these guys out. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the head sculpts, whether I'm just going to have a bunch of them with the same faces and everything like that. I'm pretty sure that's how the show was, if I remember right. They had a lot of them that looked, the same. They were just generic person. They didn't really give everybody a completely different look. So if you had a bunch of these, would it bother you? Just curious. I'm not sure. Maybe it would bother me. Maybe a couple of different variants would be nice. But yeah, I could see having these guys doing different jobs, like on my shelf, like um, hanging out on the tank, on my ramen tank, or like acting like they're trying to work on it. Maybe a different vehicle, the vamp or something like that. Maybe look like they're trying to work on the dragonfly, assist with it or something like that. Maybe they're lifting something. You never know. There's all kinds of possibilities. They're just really good, like at helping, assisting, backup. It's going to be pretty cool having them in that sort of scenario. So for articulation, you've got the joint here, the top of the head, which left to right, but it's kind of stiff. Don't move too much. But you're getting a lot of motion out of the base of the neck, so that's allowing me to go all the way forward, all the way back, with just slightly in here. T-pose, butterfly joint, which is okay. Upper bicep cut, double jointed elbows, of course the hinge rotation in the wrist, ab crunch. Goes forward about that far, really nice. All the way back, so awesome movement in there. Ball waist. Of course the legs drop down. Leg goes forward about that far. Goes back to neutral. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Upper boot cut. Then you hinge, pivot in the ankle. And with all that, you get some pretty cool, pretty good articulation. Maybe I have a couple of these guys with the helmets on, helmets off. Get his brother over here, his battle buddy. They look great together, and I just try to imagine having, a few more of these, like maybe 6 of them, standing around each other together. Maybe more than that. Who knows? got all kinds of builders for Cobra. It's really nice that I think this is the one that I would do for the Joes, you know? Then you just got to figure out like what else do you got? You know, do I have some extra character like parts? Like off the top of my head, I'm wondering how the police officers will fit with these guys as far as swapping parts, because those were interchangeable, and you had to change those at the base of the neck and everything too. So it'd be really cool to do something like that. I know I've got a couple of them already, so to be able to change one up already would be really cool. But I think I might have like 3 cops so far. If I can get a third one of this, that I could swap one of those, and that gives me a different third character in this suit and in the cop suit. So telling everybody, hold up. Pretty cool. You get the really nice range of motion, the look, everything like that. I really like the look of this. They're just troopers, but they'll get the job done. So for our first comparison, we've got Stalker and Grunt, and I figured they were going to be the most similar. They have different chests here. Of course, Stalker and Grunt are pretty much the exact same body, just different vests and stuff. So we've got the harness here. We'll get a little closer look at that. Pretty much, it looks almost the same. So you get the grenade here, the grenade there. You get the same pouch. We got the same knife. We've got the same like harness, except for they added a little strap here in between, and then down here in the buckle they added a circle versus Stalker has like the clip, but the back is the same, different, just a little bit of color on there, a little paint work. Um, the arms look to be about the same, except for the lower part. You can see where Stalker has the folds here, and our Trooper doesn't. We've got the same pistol holster, except Stalker has a version of a pistol that has a suppressor, and our Trooper has the slot for it, but no suppressor. Extra paint on this guy, the buckles, and it looks like the lower legs of this guy are different. So you can see just below the kneecap on Stalker, he's got this like sculpted shape underneath, and our new Trooper does not. In fact, the thighs are also different because our Trooper has the pouches on the front of the thigh versus Stalker has them on the sides. So, and there's no groove going down the middle. So pretty much the legs are different. I thought they were going to be the same, just the boots. It looks like, yeah, just the boots. So legs are different. Crotch area looks to be the same. Upper part of the arms. Now I thought this guy was going to be very similar. Duke. Except I forgot Duke has a diaphragm joint versus the ab crunch. The collar piece makes me think of him. Between him and like a Flint with collars. But yeah, his pouches are different also, so, and the boots. So other than that, they really got just the helmet, which Duke is darker for the main helmet and the visor. One guy I wanted to bring out for a comparison was our police officer. We'll get the scope or the helmet off and then the glasses off of him. I wanted to see how similar the face sculpts were. Very different, but they both look really good. I like that a lot. They look really awesome. But this guy also has the interchangeable parts. So I'm curious what he'll look like on this body and him on here. So I'll do that. So they definitely did not want to make this easy. I don't know why they did this. The peg holes are different. This guy's got a thicker one up top. This one is smaller. You can see the openings on the bottom. I don't know why they did that. And off the top of my head, just I can't think of one right now that would fit on there. Off the top of my head, I have to turn around and like really think about it. Maybe start popping some of the different heads off of there. But that is crazy. I have no idea why they did that. I wonder if, now that I'm thinking about it, if I can get this head sculpt off of this neck peg. Let me try to get that off and see if that's the same. So I had a little bit of a time getting this trooper head off, so I just decided not to even mess with it. I'm gonna have to figure out something, probably warm it up, hot water, that sort of thing. But Stalker head was easy to pop off. The thing with Stalker is that neck is a little longer than our officer, and the head sculpt sits right there. But if you got to push it all the way down because it's just free floating. It's just sitting on there, and that looks pretty decent. But once you like squeeze it down, his head sinks all the way into that vest. And I'm wondering if this guy's going to end up being the same thing, just because probably a different style of head peg. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to take some taking some head sculpts off and seeing a bunch of experimenting for you to see what's going to mix and match. I wish they would have made that a lot easier. I tore my guy up just a little bit trying to get the to separate from here, but I'll mess with that a little bit, clean it up. But yeah, it's going to take some experimenting. So just make sure to use some extra caution so you don't mess up your figures. Luckily, I've got extra head sculpts I can throw on there, but still, that's my warning. So overall, I think the figures are pretty cool. I do like that you got the options, the different parts for them. I do wish the head peg and neck peg were like similar across the entire line, not just them. I think it would be easier to pop swap, make things a lot better. I like that when you get things going, I'm sure there's different figures that will actually work with them somewhere in the shelf. You just gotta do some work to find those. If not, maybe you've got extra parts laying around and you can cut out some stuff to make it fit. But I think once you get going, I think you might have a good time with them. I'm gonna have to go through some of my loose parts and things and see what I have that'll work so that I can make them look a little bit different from each other. But I do think they look really awesome. I like the paint on them, the color scheme. I just put this beret on him, and I think that makes him look really awesome right there. I know I got an extra one from a Stalker body somewhere, so I'll do that. But yeah, the paint on them is good. The sculpt is good. It's all reused, but they're like really good choices. Just really awesome. I like them a lot. And I think for me, I think they're essential figures. for like backgrounds, scenarios, that sort of thing. So I had to have them, but anymore, and I don't know when I'll get any more, but I know that I probably will. Um, but I'm glad that I got these two in already. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. Hopefully, I showed you enough to help you out as always, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.